Hey guys, it is Kudokrochet, and this is actually my third time making this video because every freaking time I keep saying my first channel's name, which is Kudocrafter. And for those of you who don't know, who are new, I do have another YouTube channel. This is my second channel. So my first YouTube channel is all about scrapbooking. So I will put a link in the description box for that. So I just want to say thank you to 100+ subscribers, technically 104. So I thought it would be great to do about me video because I'm sure you guys are curious about me. So it's gonna be a little weird for me because it's kind of weird talking about myself to a camera than compared to telling someone in person. So if I pause sometimes, that's the reason why. So, I guess the first thing I can talk about is my name. My real name is Michelle. Now, the story behind this is because it's not traditionally spelled like other Michelles. So, the story is my father, I have 3 older brothers. So, my father wanted a girl, and he asked my mom, I really want a girl. And my mom's like, this is the last one. I do not care. This is the last one. So they agreed that if I was a boy, it'd be Michael Jr. If I was a girl, it would be Michelle. But how it's spelled is Michael with an E at the end of it. So it's Michaele. So, yeah. That's how my name is spelled compared to other Michelles. Yes, I was one of those kids where teachers, every time, first day, they mispronounce my name. And even till this day, people mispronounce my name. So sometimes it's a hit or miss. There are some people who do get it right the first time. So that's the story behind my name. So Michael with an E at the end of it. So Michelle. I am 33 years old, and I know a lot of you probably thought I was younger than that. The youngest I ever got was 18 recently from a new colleague. She thought I was 18 years old. I don't know if that was supposed to be like somewhat of an insult or something. I don't know. I don't think it was. But I mean, I take that as a compliment, to be honest. But most of the time, people think I'm in my early 20s, which I wish I was. That would be great to start over again. But yes, I'm 33, and I'm one of those people. I'm not ashamed of my age. I really don't care. I have no problem telling people my age because I look younger than what people really think. So that's that's why I don't care. Cuz yeah. And the reason why I look younger than my age is because another interesting fact about me is I don't wear makeup. Now, I did experiment with makeup just a tad bit, but I didn't do full blown makeup. Like I didn't do foundation. Like I was more of like an eyeliner, black eyeliner and chapstick, or maybe just a little bit of like a when it comes to lipstick, I don't do bright colors like red. I'm more of like a neutral, natural if I wear a lipstick. I always, if I wear makeup, if I had to wear makeup, I would want my makeup to be a natural look. I don't want to go too crazy. Like for instance, when I had a wedding to go to a few months ago, my cousin's wedding, I bought so much makeup, and thank God I bought these makeups from Miss A because they were like $1 each. If you don't know Miss A, it's pretty much an online dollar store. It's a really fun store. If you're from Texas, I'm sure some of you guys know Miss A because there are some Miss A stores in California, Texas, and so forth. So yeah, that's where I bought my makeup. And the day of the wedding, I tried to do my makeup, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't me. This is not me. let me just go as myself. So all I did was, have a natural lipstick, and that's it. I I pretty much wiped everything else. I just couldn't. It just felt weird. It just wasn't me. So I did not wear makeup since I was a kid. And I actually inspired my mom to stop wearing makeup because she saw how confident I was without it. So she stopped wearing makeup years ago too. But she does like to wear lipstick once in a while. So, but yeah, that's another interesting fact about me. I am half Mexican, half Filipino. My father's Mexican, my mother's Filipino. But my mom, her main dialect is Bisaya, which is the second most spoken dialect in the Philippines, because Tagalog is the main national language, but she's Bisaya. For those of you who are Filipino who are curious which Filipino she is, because fun fact, there's different types of dialects in the Philippines. There's Ilonggo, there's Chapacano. I mean, there's so many, so many. So, yeah. So those of you who were looking at me trying to figure out like when am I? So I'm half Hispanic and half Asian. So that's why I look a little weird. But most of the time people think I'm just 100% Hispanic. Some I've even got Nepalese, I've got Arabic, I've gotten Caribbean, Turkish, which was that was a first for me. Turkish, and also Caribbean was a first for me. Also Native American. It's like no, no. So yeah. Um, what else? So another interesting fact was I used to be in med school. I went to med school in the Philippines for a year only. I lived in Cebu or the Mandaue area. And the reason why I didn't complete med school is because my brother was diagnosed with leukemia. It was my choice to put med school in the back burner and be there for him because family is important. So, yeah. If you're curious, he is in remission. Fortunately, he never got COVID. He has been fine since the whole pandemic started. So we've been counting our blessings on that. His immune system is still compromised, so it will take another few years for his immune system to go back where it was before. So I work in hospitality. I work with different conferences since 2018 because I grew up with parents who work in the hospitality business, like hotels, convention centers. So that's why hospitality is something I fall back on because I grew up with that. And I do love the hospitality environment, especially the conferences. I've worked so many conferences. I've worked Gartner, Microsoft, Cisco, Scrapbook Expo. There's so many I've worked with. And what I love about it is that it's not in the same location all the time. It's always in different locations like the Disney area, International Drive. I mean, the farthest our company has worked is in Atlanta. But before that, it was always Tampa as the farthest. So I'm glad that our company is starting to expand outside of Florida. Like I said, we've worked Atlanta for ASH. ASH is a hematology conference. So that's why this December, we're super excited that we're going to New Orleans because that's where it's going to be this year. And next year, because I was curious, it's going to be in San Diego, which I'm super excited about. And I'm sure they're going to hire us back for that one because I would love to go to San Diego because I was born in San Diego. Unfortunately, I was not raised in San Diego. Oh, that's another fact. So I was born in San Diego, but we moved to Florida when I was like around 4 years old. So I am considered a Floridian. But yeah, that's what I do for a living is working different conferences, which can be fun. especially with the people that I work with. And that's another interesting thing I love about working these conferences, is that you're not always working with the same people. So it's kind of nice to see some people that you haven't seen in a while, or some people that you love to work with, and so forth. So that's my job. What else? So I did my undergrad in University of South Alabama in Mobile, Alabama. USA, go Jaguars, go Jags. So I have a bachelor's of science in professional health sciences in a concentration in health management. So yeah, I didn't really use my degree, to be honest. My degree is more of like HR, which I'm trying to stay away from. And yeah, you guys are probably wondering, why did you pick that degree? It's because in the Philippines, they don't care what type of medical degree you have, as long as some type of medical degree. Even if it's just like hospital management, they don't care. So that's why I picked it. And I kind of regret it, to be honest. But yeah, that degree kind of helps me with the hospitality environment that I work now. So it really doesn't matter, to be honest. But anyways, yeah. So that's my education, if you guys are curious. I'm trying to spit out some facts about me. I do have two pets. We have a bearded dragon named Hina. We've had her since October 2015, so she's getting pretty old right now. She's very picky with food. She So the older they get, they want to eat more veggies. And of course, she still loves to eat her bugs, but I noticed she doesn't like to eat too much of them now. So we've been feeding her more veggies now since she's getting older. So like last night, I fed her tomatoes for the first time. She loved them, but I researched that you can only give them tomatoes once a month because it's very high in sugar. So yeah, I only fed her tomatoes yesterday, and I can't feed her till next month. So I do have a leopard tortoise, and it is the mascot of both of my channels. And I know, since it's the mascot, why is it not part of the profile pic? It's because it's still a baby. It's 2 years old. I don't know if I mentioned, it's a leopard tortoise, yeah. If you don't know, leopard tortoises their native land is Africa. They're grassland tortoises. They do eat hay. A lot of hay, a lot of weeds. So they're great for the weeds. I can feed my tortoise Kudo clovers from our backyard, but of course I wash them just in case. But it mostly eats hay. That's its main diet. And I do occasionally feed it some vegetables, like carrots especially. I'm thinking of feeding it tomatoes too, just out of curiosity to see if it likes it, because they can eat tomatoes, but of course not too much of it. But it loves to eat lettuce, just different types of vegetables. So I would show you my leopard tortoise, but it's in there, the tortoise table. Now, that is not the proper environment for a tortoise. That's just a temporary thing when I'm in this room only. So it has a different environment, because I try to help my pets be in a different environment every day, especially my tortoise. Our bearded dragon does not like being outside of its tank. So I would take her out maybe for less than an hour, because she will start going crazy maybe after 10-15 minutes. So even just half an hour, but she'll stop being crazy when I let her look outside the window. They love to look outside the window. They love feeling the sunlight and You know, she likes to look at her orchids. She tries to eat the orchids. So yeah, that's the only time I'll take her out is, you know, when she needs natural sunlight just for a little bit. Because it's nice to have natural sunlight for them besides the fake sunlight. I don't know, UVA, UVB. But yeah, the difference between that and the tank is that there's no lid. So I want my tortoise to feel like it has a little bit more freedom in a way. You know, it's not looking up at like a mesh top, you know? Even though the top of the ceiling is not interesting, it's just a nice environment for it to feel like it's in a different location. Because even sometimes Hina, the bearded dragon, will start scratching her tank. You know, she'll start going a little crazy in her tank. So that's another indication of, okay, she wants to be out for just a little bit. But most of the time she likes to be in her tank. So, yeah, my leopard tortoise is 2 years old. It's still technically a baby. It will be full grown adult when it's 5 years and older. So I still have plenty of time to figure out when it's the size of a soccer ball, where its new home it's going to be or how we're going to make its new home. So I'm not in a hurry to figure that out. But yeah, because I'm sure you guys were curious about that in the background, because I know in every video that I've had, that's always there. And you always see the lights. So that's what it is. It's a tortoise table. And it's only when I'm in this room, my leopard tortoise can be in this room. So, and it loves to walk around in there a lot more than the tank. So that makes me feel a little bit happy that he, or she, excuse me, I think it's a girl, because the plastron on the bottom is flat. It's not concave. So, but I'm still going to wait maybe a few more years. Maybe I'll have a better indicator whether it's a male or female, but I really think it's a female. I hope it is. It better be a female. But, yeah. And I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, wait, before I forget. So you guys are probably curious, how did I get into crochet? So, I actually started crochet in 2016, but I wasn't really into it. I was just making little projects here and there. My first complete crochet project was a bikini top kind of. I think she goes by Maya's Crochet on YouTube. I will put a link to her channel because I love her patterns. They're really pretty. But yeah, that was the first completed crochet project that I did. And then I made a pair of slippers, which were a little bit too small for my mom. So we sent those to the Philippines. I made my first bag, but I didn't really like how it looked. So I gave that as a gift to someone, I think to my aunt. But yeah, I didn't really make a lot of projects that year. In 2017, I wasn't doing any crochet, and then 2018 I started this tradition where I would pick two random people in our company and make a crochet Christmas gift for them. So ever since 2018, minus 2020 because of the pandemic, 2020, with the exception of 2020, I picked 2 people every year. But then this year, I really got into it. Okay, let me move this up because it's kind of weird. So I really got into crochet this year. And since we have about 50 people going to the New Orleans trip, that's why I've been making beanies like crazy, because I want to give it to them as early as possible, because I don't want to bring a whole bag of beanies to the airport and start passing them out. I'd rather just make them now and give it to the people that I know, because I've been asking like crazy, are you going? Are you going? Are you going? You know, so I have an idea who's going. And those are the ones I'm making beanies for. And also for my supervisors, I just want to get them out of the way so I don't have to like think about them anymore. I do love them, but you know, yeah, so I thought it'd be a great challenge to see how many gifts I can make this year. Because starting in November, I will be working or focusing on the gifts for my family. So, yeah. Um, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's how I got into crochet, and now I'm really into it. And actually, I probably got it from my paternal grandmother. I found out at her funeral when she passed away in 2019 January that she was into crochet as well, and I got a lot of her crochet completed projects. So it makes me feel good that that was passed on to me. And also, my mom told me one of her aunts is very, like, she's really into crochet, and I also probably got it from her. So, genetically, yeah, I got it from both sides. So, I'm really happy about that. I do sew a little bit because my sewing is the main hobby for my mother's side of the family. She sews, my aunt sews, my grandmother, her main job was a seamstress. So she sewed a lot. She doesn't sew as much anymore now. But that's why I'm trying to get back into sewing, and I want to combine that with crochet so I can add liners in the bags and so forth. And getting back into the backpacks. So I know a lot of you really want those tutorials on those backpacks, but just FYI, I want to gradually work my up. I mean, blah, that didn't make sense. I gradually want to work up to that. That's why the first tutorial I posted on this channel was a smaller project. Because in the back of my mind, I know for a fact that when I get to those tutorials for the backpacks, it's going to be broken up into separate videos. Because if I try to do it all in one video, it's going to be too overwhelming and it's going to be too long. So I'm just trying to work my way up so I have an idea how I'm going to do that tutorial. So you guys have to be a little bit more patient with that. So I do apologize about that. But before I forget, I did create an email for my YouTube particularly. So it is kudokrochet@gmail.com if you want to email me about the backpacks, or any questions or just anything. I will put that info in the description box, the email. So you can email me about that if you want. I don't have a written pattern for it. Okay, I don't. Like I said, I'm working my way up because to be honest, I still haven't finished the written pattern for the first tutorial. It's a lot of work and rewatching, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. But I do want to cater to those who prefer written patterns. So that's why I'm trying my best, especially with work. I'm trying to bounce around with work and my crochet projects and doing the written pattern. I'm just trying my best to get everything done. So you're going to have to be a little bit more patient on that as well for those of you who are waiting for that written pattern. So I will be posting more review videos. My goal is to post 4 more review videos. The next one will be the Premier Fruits. I did complete the beanie and I kind of like how it came out. I will discuss on what I would do differently on it next time. And also in the next video, I will be doing a review on this crochet needle keychain. So that will pretty much, the next review video will be a 2-for-1 pretty much. But that's pretty much it. I think that's it. If you have any more questions about me, you can comment below, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can email me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So sorry for making this video more than 20 minutes. I was trying to aim for 15. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next time. See you guys next time. Yeah. Okay, bye guys.